I've been bringing a lot of metal and other genres to this channel. Today, we're going to explore some rap. But stop. Before you go, open your mind and your heart, just like I am when I go around the world to explore music and cultures and genres that I've never heard of before. Because I think this one might surprise us. Shout out today goes to Alex, who said that he loves music that has an emotional impact and that allows him to get in touch with his emotions. Me too, Alex, me too. And I think a lot of people can actually relate to that. And so I was asked to check out You Never Know by Immortal Technique. Liebe Grüße aus Deutschland, he said. Greetings from Germany. So, Grüße nach Deutschland, Kollege. We're going to listen to You Never Know by Immortal Technique. That is a rapper from Lima, Peru. Nice. But his family immigrated to Harlem, New York City when he was a toddler to escape the Peruvian Civil War. You never know what you're going to get. That's the perfect song title. So for those of you who wanted to check out the second I said rap, you never know. So be bold, be brave, open your mind. Let's listen to something new and find out what it's about. Are you ready? That has a Sting feel. That makes me think Sting. Oh, that riff. This is already real soulful. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This has that old school hip-hop rap feel. Yes, yes. I think I'm gonna love this.
She was on her way to becoming a college graduate. Wouldn't even stop to talk to the average kid. The type of Latina I'd sit and contemplate marriage with. Fuck the horse and carriage shit. Her love was never for hire. Disciplined intellectual beauty's what I desire. Flyer than sell my...
I'm subscribing, y'all. Nope. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Don't worry. We're gonna listen. We're gonna analyze the lyrics. But I'm subscribing. I can get down with this type of rap. Ooh, that boy got cadence flow. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
For hire, disciplined intellectual beauty's what I desire.
And that timbre in his voice. I'm gonna shut up. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't hate me. That cadence flow, the timbre in his voice. Yeah, I dig it. This has that old school rap feel. Yes.
Shit, her love was never for hire. Disciplined intellectual beauty's what I desire. Flyer than Selma Hayek or Jennifer Lopez. Everyone told me kicking it to her was hopeless. At first I just thought she didn't mess with broke kids. The thug niggas always talking about how they smoke kids. But the rich sniff coke kids got no play. I'm not even interested what her body language would say. Everyone around the way gave up trying to get in it. Cause didn't matter how good your game was, she wasn't with it. All the block bitches was jealous but wouldn't admit it. Talk shit and deny to everyone that they did it. Cause they regretted the long list of niggas that they let hit it. And no one ever gave them shit except McDonald's and Diddick. Smoking weed with thoughts of envy whenever they lit it. She spoke intelligently and they bit it. Always trying to copy, but when they tried to use her vocab they sounded sloppy. She had a style all her own, respectful and pure. I was sick in the head for her and there wasn't a cure.
Oh yes. Is that Jean Grey over here? Yo, I love this. Is that I hope I'm saying her name right. Jean Grey, the girl in the chorus. I love her voice. This was a perfect one to feature for this track. Guys, this is the kind of rap that I can get down with. All right, like I said, I love the timbre in his voice. His cadence flow is smooth, it's melodic. I can understand what he's saying. I do prefer that in my rap. But it has that old school feel, the storytelling. It has that old school when they used to storytell. And you could just get lost in the track and it was nothing over crazy flashy. You could understand what they were saying. But I'm picturing the streets. I'm picturing the Harlem City. I'm picturing New York. I'm picturing this female that's being hated on by the other chicks, that's being admired by the guys, that is living her life and doing her thing. Yeah, this is storytelling, my friends.
Her eyes were brown and beautiful, yet empty and sad. I used to talk to her occasionally, and she was glad that I wasn't just another nigga trying to get in it. So every now and then we'd stop and talk for a minute. I didn't have a gimmick, so the minutes turned to hours. On her birthday, I gave her a poem with flowers. Then I took her out to dinner after her cousin's baby shower. We talked about power to the people and such. We spent more time together, but it was never enough. I never tried to sneak a touch or even cop a feel. I was too interested in keeping it real, perfectly honest and complete. She would always call me cariño and never technique. Bought me a new book to read every 2 or 3 weeks, forever changing the expression of my thoughts when I speak. It was because of her I even deaded all of my freaks. She convinced me to stop hanging out on the streets, to stop robbing and stealing from people like you. Instead I took her out to the Apollo and the Bronx Zoo, Museo del Barrio and the Metropolitan too. Got to the point where I was either with her or my crew. So I decided one day to tell her my feelings was true. I couldn't live without her, so I told her face of my fears. But honey's only response was a face full of tears. She could only sob hysterically, holding me tight. I tried to speak, but she wouldn't stop until I left sight. I felt like a moth who got himself too close to the light. Except I didn't burn, I turned cold after that night. Oh.
Like I said, I love this storytelling here. There's something so sweet and bitter. Beaten sweater. Yeah, Rosalie, that's the word. Bittersweet about this. Because I'm hearing here this coming of age storytelling. These youth that are on the streets figuring life out, trying to decide who they're going to be. It makes me think of Malcolm X a bit and the people that have influenced him, or the women that in his upcoming that have influenced him, and the directions he took, and the people that influenced him to become who he became. It makes me think of the 90s show Dawson's Creek and those storytellings where you can see that real life or fiction, we're all influenced by someone or a group of people along the way, especially in our youth and adolescent, early adulthood years. And it changes you. It affects how you view the world, the things you love, what you think about. There's people in our lives that open our eyes, open our world to things we may have never tried or read before, thought of before. And then you end up starting to fall in love with somebody. And depending on their response, it then gets tricky. And I think I see a storytelling here that is beautiful because it's relatable to a lot of us, be it unrequited love, be it heartbreak, be it people that shaped you and who you are, but you couldn't hold on to them. I think it's a very human experience because a lot of times you just can't hold on to that person, either because you break up or because they move away or because you just grow apart. The people that shape us, a lot of times in our youth and teenage years, by default, won't always stay in our lives because they are also evolving. We're organic living beings. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep changing. And so by default, then also means our paths often change. And that hurts. I think becoming of age and getting older, that disillusionment phase where you realize, dang, this idea that I had of what life was going to be or who I was going to be with or how I thought life was going to play out was just that. It was an illusion. And I was so naive in my youthfulness. Life is so much more complicated than that. And I see the heartbreak and the humanity in this storytelling that I think a lot of us can relate to.
I went on with my life, college and my career. Ended up locked up like an animal for a year, where the COs talk to you like they were the overseer. Then I got sent to the hole when my exit was near. At night in my cell, I'd close my eyes and I'd see her, hold her close in my dreams. But when I woke, she disappeared. Just an empty cell until the state gave me parole. In the summer, came back intact and on track. But the fact of the matter is I still felt cold. Even after my mother hugged me crying at home, my real niggas would catch me thinking out of my zone, fucking lots of different women. But I still felt alone, relatively well known around the New York underground. But I kept thinking of her and how we used to be down. The sound of her voice and the beautiful smell of her hair. Though gone physically, somehow it was still there. I had to do something because the shit was too much to bear. So I went and visited the building where she used to live. The world looks a lot different after you do a bid. Your way of life done changed while primitive minds are still stuck in the same game. Like her cousin who was on the corner slinging cocaine, stepped in the lobby and tapped the button next to her last name. Her mom buzzed me up and hugged me up like a mother order, but her facial expression changed when I asked about her daughter. The order, tapped the button next to her last name. Her mom buzzed me up and hugged me up like a mother order, but her facial expression changed when I asked about her daughter.
Time waits for no man. That lyric is so powerful. Time waits for no man. It really doesn't, does it? Do you ever have that where you wonder who you might be, who you might be that person for? Do you have a person like that chick for him? Or do you ever wonder if you were that person for somebody? I wonder that too. You know what I mean? Where you wonder if some people feel like, man, that one that got away type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Time waits for no man. And it might not even just be a person. It might be, you know, a certain choice that you made. You know, if you would have said yes or no to a certain career field or a certain path in education or certain, you know, to go travel somewhere and end up in a different country. There's something about life and that dance between understanding that the things we go through make us who we are. There is no manual. There's no perfect plan A. And at the same time, you know, wondering, not getting lost in the what ifs. It's human, I think, to ask and to wonder and to ponder. But time really waits for no one. And you know, is our fate all made up? Is, you know, are the cards all written for us? Or do we get that say? Do we have the power? And why is it that we don't start realizing, or some of us at least, don't start realizing until our 30s and 40s how much power we actually have to make our life? And by then, a lot of the decisions, you know, we've made already have semi-permanent or permanent consequences. But it isn't until later in life that we start realizing we have the power. When you're a kid, you know, you don't necessarily have that type of go-getter, I can do anything that I put my mind to mindset. A lot of times we don't grow up in that type of environment where you can do whatever you want. And then you get older and you're like, hold on, I got some possibilities here. But at that point, you've already kind of become who you were going to become. It's really weird. It's an interesting topic. What I mean is, like, you got to live the life to understand it. And then, you know, you're already halfway through your life. By the time you've learned that some of those lessons that you wish you would have known in your early teens. You guys following what I'm saying?
There was a note for me that was left behind, and she had left it there waiting for such a long time. I was inclined to ask about it, but she brought it up first. I saw a tear swelling up in her eye, and then she cursed. She told me where the letter was, and I started thinking the worst. Reversed my position, stepped over and opened the door, and sure enough, there was an envelope with my name on the floor. Nobody loves you more than me, cariño's what the letter said. By the time you get to read this, I'll probably be dead. But when you left in 97, a part of me went to heaven. I thank God at least I got to know what love really was. But it hurt me to see what true love really does. Cause even though we never made love, you were all that there was. It was because I loved you so much that I had to make you leave. You made me doubt the way I thought. You made me wanna believe. And then I slipped up and I let you get close to me. It was hard to not be openly when people spoke to me. This was not the way I thought my life was supposed to be. Baby, don't you see? I had a blood transfusion that left me with HIV. Hope didn't exist for me since late in 1993. I died a virgin. I wish I could have given myself to you. I cried in the hospital cause there was no one else but you. Promise that you'll meet me in paradise inevitably. No matter what, I'll keep your love forever with me. What happened for the rest of the day?
What the? Oh, man. By the way, I love how they're stacking the vocals and they're having her reading the letter while he's rapping. Or they stack the vocals of the female and of Immortal Technique. And I love that because it sounds like she's reading the letter to him. Beautiful, beautiful, like, approach.
Because there was no one else but you. Promise that you'll meet me in paradise inevitably. No matter what, I'll keep your love forever with me. What happened for the rest of the day is still a blur, but I remember wishing that I was dead instead of her. She was buried on August 3rd. The story ends without a sequel, and now you know our technique. Don't fucking fall in love with people. Hold the person that you love closely if they're next to you. The one you love, not the person that simply has sex with you. Appreciate them to the fullest extent, and then beyond, cause you never really know what you got until it's gone.
Yes, that's a good message. Dang, dude, my guy, Immortal Technique. I love the way he raps. And Jean Grey, I hope I'm saying her name right, y'all. I know I keep saying that, but I don't want to offend nobody. Did an amazing job. She was the perfect female to feature on this. Immortal Technique. Yeah, I'm subscribed. I like this video. You guys need to do the same thing. Go check it out. Go check out Immortal Technique and subscribe to him. I love the way he raps. I love that so much. He's taking us back with this. This was good. I got to check out more of his stuff. This is the kind of rap that I can dig. What a tragic story. And it's still a good moral. It's so true. You know, we fight about all kinds of little things in our relationships and friendships, and we forget what matters most because this life is so fleeting. Time waits for no one. You got to hold on to what you got because it'll be gone before you know it. I know many of you know what that's like and can testify to that. But I love how he just did that. That was really good. Yes. That's a tragic ending. I love a good storytelling, though. I got to say, if this is a real story in his own real experience, which it kind of sounded like, then I hate that he had to go through this. I got to say that I love when you can have a song that takes you on the storytelling ride and then you have your jaw dropped on the ground in the end. You got to pick it back up because you didn't necessarily see that coming. I didn't know what the deal was. Like, why was she crying? Why was she trying to, you know, keep him away or push him away? But that's tough. Man, I'm glad medicine's changing too compared to, you know, back in the day. Something about looking back at life and the what ifs, the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and understanding that if it shoulda, woulda, coulda differently, we wouldn't be where we are now, right? So there's something beautiful. My cousin said that so well. She's an author, a poet. You can find her work on Amazon and I think many other places that sell books. She has poetry books out there. Her name is Nicole Bloom. Go check her out. But she said something beautiful a long time ago to me. She was talking about romanticizing the present. You know, we easily romanticize the past or the future, or we, you know, wander, like I said, shoulda, woulda, coulda. But how often do we romanticize the present and the life we have? And I think it's important to do that. What a great suggestion. Alex, vielen Dank. Thank you very much. This was really good. What do you guys think about this one? Go check out Immortal Technique. Subscribe to him. Go listen to his work. Subscribe here, too, for more music from around the world. And I will see you on the next ride. Heyo.